Good morning, beautiful people. Okay, my name is Glorious Bechiku, and I'm a mom of two, a full-time housewife. Oh my god, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be discussing with you why I would prefer to communicate with my children, with my native dialect. Now, it might not make sense to you, you might not understand your dialect, but as a growing-up child, as a child growing up in, or a child who grew up in northern Kaduna, one thing I am like, I give kudos to my parents is we speak everything. Like, we speak Hausa, we speak the different diverse dialects, like in Igbo language, at least not all but most of them. And it made childhood fun for me because 1 minute we are outside playing and the next minute we are inside speaking our dialects. We are outside speaking what people outside want us to speak, or what people outside will understand, and coming back to the house and speaking what you should speak. I can't remember my dad, or my parents scolding or saying anything. Please don't mind my voice, I've been having kata for some days. So I can't remember my parents scolding or forcing us, you must speak ishiagu. Yeah, I'm from Ishiagu. My village is Ishiagu in Ebonyi State. Go ahead and say what you want to say. I know what you want to say, but that is it. So I've never had a time, I can't remember a time where maybe my parents are forcing us to speak or not to speak, or telling us you must speak Ishiagu in this house, if not I'm going to flog you. No. And I believe it's because they always communicated with us in our native dialect. We related with people. Where we were staying, we had different people. We had Yoruba neighbors. I attended Yoruba primary school. Then we speak Hausa in school. Yeah, because when we are no longer relating with our fellow Igbos, we switch. Like, the switch, it just happens. Like, you don't have to push it. You don't have to push it. It just happens. Yeah. For instance, I realized in university that when I'm with people from Owerri, I tend to speak like them. When I'm with people in Anambra, the Anambra nature comes in. When I'm with Hausas, it flies. The only thing I used to regret that I did not learn is Yoruba, because right now most of my business partners, most of my colleagues, most of my team members are Yorubas, and I cannot communicate, and they're talking, I am lost. And I'm beginning to regret why I refused to learn, because I had the opportunity to learn, but because I did not like them at the time, I never knew that something was going to bring us together. Oh my god. So that's just it. So I believe communicating with your child, or communicating with your children with your native language, gives an edge for them to pick up. You know, it's not like you don't communicate, you don't speak English, you don't speak any other thing, but you make it like the basic. It makes it easier for them to pick up. And at a very tender age, like this age of my children, I have a 6-month-old who will be 7 months old this week, and I have a 2 years and 5 months old. So it's something that I'm being intentional about. Like, I remember fighting their father the other day, which is that somebody is building something, I put and destroy what somebody is building. Even if you try to be communicating to these children in the native language, it's not years to come now you'll be complaining, my children cannot speak. Sorry, my phone holder is bad, that's why I'm using my hand. You don't start complaining, my children cannot speak a native dialect and all that. It doesn't make sense. So if you really know, which I believe so much that most of us, our cultures are already dying. Most of us do not even remember where we're coming from. Most of us do not even know how to communicate in our native dialects. I'm sorry for you, because if you decide to speak anything, I understand you. Even our stick as Opoto is, if you know Opoto, if you're in Ebonyi State, you should know Opoto. Even our stick as Opoto language is, it doesn't look like Igbo. That, in fact, that is the only Igbo language that when they start speaking, you don't even know what they're speaking. Like, it's difficult. I'm intentional about learning French, because now I have team members who are in Burkina Faso, and their what is it called? Their basic language is French. And at this point too, I'm regretting why I did not put so much interest in French. So it's up to you. What do you want and how do you want it? Do you want to wake up tomorrow? See, Igbo is sweet. Oh, I hardly communicate without the Igbo thing coming in. You understand? I hardly communicate without you hearing a bit of Igbo. Because what is life without Igbo? What is life without Igbo? Let me ask you. How on earth can't I speak Igbo? It's very interesting. Like, you know, like having diverse languages, knowing to understanding diverse languages and speaking diverse languages, like gives you an edge. If I walk into the market now, you see something you that cannot speak Hausa is bargaining, and they don't give it to you. I come and I even bargain. I bargain lower and I pack and go, because there's this bond, there's this excitement that comes with you knowing that somebody understands your dialect. Like, most of them are even shocked to see me speak in Hausa. And I'm not one of the persons who come in, just in some cases, rare cases, that I come in and I'm like, okay, let me just act up that I don't understand what I'm doing. Let this person not know that I'm understanding what they're saying. Like, I had a time when someone was investing in my husband and I'll just keep quiet. Then nobody knew me. The guy used outside and chop us. I've been chopping his brother movie because it's not me. When I finish, I'll not translate to my husband. So, like, in cases like that, there are some situations I find myself, I come English. Like, I don't communicate in any language. I just come with English. I believe everybody should understand and expect you to fraud me. And when you fraud me, I'm gonna reply you in Hausa. I'm gonna reply you in Igbo. So I don't know if I'm even making sense at all, but I feel if you're having issues with your children not speaking your dialect or not understanding your dialect, to some extent you should start it early. Once you start early, you have an edge. When you communicate with them with your basic dialect, they get to relate with you on that. When I was a child, we come into the house, we speak ishiagu, plain. When we come back to the village, you know those insults of oh, sorry. When we come back to the village, and they expect us not to speak our dialect because, after all, so they say it. Ndebinugu don't have sense. Let me translate. In the village, they see that those living in the north don't have sense. They used to do stupid things. And then we come back as little children that we are then, or we were then, we are blowing ishiagu. I can remember one man shouting one day when they came to have breakfast in our compound, and then came out and communicated with my dad in our native dialect. And the man went, Isago. Yes, we speak ishiagu, my brother. Don't be shocked. And my father will go, what do you expect them to speak? You know, like that proud moment when they want to ridicule you and you are the boss of the game. So I think it's okay. I had a very fun childhood. Yeah, I had friends from Anambra who are still friends till now. Queen, get out, you can call you Queen Choma, if you know. She has been my childhood friend, and when we meet, we still communicate in Anambra. You hardly know I'm from Ebony if I don't tell you I'm from Ebony. When I'm with somebody in Owerri, I don't know how to speak fluently, but I begin to like find myself, getting into that. And I could remember when I was working with NNPC and somebody now said, you without you look at the English, is English. I'm like, it's a default. I cannot help it. Maybe when I finish, I cannot tell you what I said. But most of the times, I'm excited when I see somebody from any language at all I can speak, and I don't know how to explain it, but you should just know. So right now, Chisom can tell you, Chisom, my daughter, my first child, can tell you her parts of the body with our native dialect. You see? And it gives me joy. My sister said, okay, the other day she spoke Ishiagu, and my sister said, if you see how this Ishiagu, this girl spoke, now it's sweeting my sister. Yeah, so it's sweeting me because my father put in a lot of work in me for me to waste it. So she can tell you her head, her shoulder, her knees, her toes, her mouth, her nose, her eyes in Ishiagu. I just maybe hope I can just attach it to this video. If not, I'm going to attach the one she did last night where she was saying her name. I was assisting her actually. She was saying her name and where she comes from in Ishiagu. So this video is already long, 10 minutes. Thank you for staying tuned to this time. If you're finding it difficult, like I said, I think the only thing you should do is to make it a basic language in the home. Children will always learn English in school. So I don't know why we bother ourselves so much with the English. Me that they spoke ishiagu too. Look at me now. Don't I speak English even though it's got a joint? I still spoke English, so I feel there is no need stressing the English in the house when the child still has a whole 8 hours daily to speak English in school. So why not? If not, thank you for staying tuned to this time. Watch my baby girl's clip, like, comment, share, subscribe. Please watch and share, leave comments. It gives me morale, you know. So I'm going to attach the clip of where she was saying her name, where Chisom was saying her name, and where she's from in ishiagu to the end. So for now, bye. Thank you for staying tuned.